right, and nothing's fucked up. Of course, that kind of luck hasn't been going our way lately.
Yeah, don't fuck up.
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting to see if it... Because when I kick off Go Live, I wait... Because on my third monitor, I have the YouTube and the Twitch feeds up. Because you remember around Christmas time, the YouTube one just kept fucking dying on me about an hour in.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it had something to do with their new ads that they were rolling out. It hasn't done it since. A few of the other guys in the Cord were telling me, oh, it's a problem across the board. Sort it or abort it. But no, it's been good fun going through Resi again. But yeah, Resident Evil, I'm looking at the thing now. Resident Evil Requiem. Last chance to pre-purchase. I don't really give a fuck about any of the add-ons. Like, see, look at that. Like, I'm trying to think. When's the last time I, like, pre-ordered a game or something? I don't think I ever pre-ordered a game over $100, and I'm looking at Resident Evil 9 Deluxe Edition, and it's like fucking 130. Like, fuck off. I get that it's Capcom, and I get that this is one of their A-list brands, but come on, mate.
Yeah.
And I never played 8, and I never finished 7. They're 7 was a fun game. It's just a shit Resident Evil one. That's all. What about you, mate? You been playing much on the old deck?
No, not this week. It's yeah, things were a bit crazy at work, and we've had some relentless rain here.
I wish
Yeah,
it would
sure.
make up its mind about storming here. Like, we've had
Yeah.
fucking cloud covered, like heavy clouds, like black clouds, and just nothing happening. Like, it's like, it reminds me of that moment in Prison Break. I need a weapon to shank someone with, you know, makes a man bleed out that he wants to die, but he can't quite get there. That's what's going on with this fucked up weather we've been having. Like,
Yeah.
it's
The sun sort
yeah.
of poked its head out around lunchtime yesterday, and now since then, since sort of Monday morning, it's been raining off and on.
Yeah, I've seen the sun once this week. Not yeah, and it hasn't rained. Like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
I love carrying on like that. I tell you, I revisited. Just I don't even know why this popped into my head, but I checked out. I rewatched Little Miss Sunshine for the first time in fuck knows how long. I mean, isn't that an awesome movie?
Yeah, I haven't seen it since it first came out, but I do remember it. It had pretty good cast.
Yeah,
Was it Toni Collette, I think?
yeah, it
Um,
was. Yeah, and Greg Kinnear.
yeah, and she's great in everything. Uh, just a real national treasure.
Yeah, it's always nice seeing Aussie talent really punch through because I reckon without her, that movie takes quite a hit. And Steve
Yeah,
Carell was the suicidal uncle.
yeah, yeah. But she's like that for everything. Like Hereditary, she
Would have
just
been
blew me
shit
away.
without her.
Yeah, she just blew me away in that. The Sixth Sense, The Staircase. Just I don't think people understand just how good she is. She's phenomenal.
um, and I still can't get over Paul Dano, how fucking young he is as the son in that movie. Like, fucking, and who'd have thought, you know, you fast forward 20 years and he's like, what? He was the fucking Riddler in that Matt Reeves movie, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Um,
it's a weird one, that take though. It's because he's barely in it, but he has yeah, I've never seen a take of the Riddler like that. He was yeah, really interesting and original. As yeah, very
which is what fans say they want.
yeah, well I wasn't I always think he's a very, very, very hard character to get right. Because a lot of the time he comes off as Joker light. And even I think Bruce Timm said it for the animated series back in the 1990s. I think the Riddler only is in 3 episodes out of the whole
I believe
series.
so, and I think it's John Glover
Yeah,
that
yeah,
voices him, if I'm not mistaken. And
Because
he
yeah, he
appears,
was.
and just on that real quick, he appears very, very late in the animated series as well.
Yeah, he's in. I do remember the couple that he's in. But yeah, like they found it really difficult to come up with, compelling puzzles and riddles and that sort of stuff. But I did like their updated sort of take on him. He's a disgruntled um, computer programmer who got stiffed on the sales of his game, so he's got this vendetta. And I do like the sort of suit tie bowler hat look they gave him. Um, but
Oh yeah, he
yeah, he's
definitely looks the part. I always love the purple gloves. Um,
yeah, the Riddler.
yeah, the Riddler in Formula A tire is always a good. It's a fucking you can't lose, man. Um, See, but the thing is though, is that like most of Batman's villains are fucking Joker light. Like when you strip away the decorations that they come in, like that's almost entirely what fucking Tommy Elliot is.
Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting. I actually thought the adaptation of that story did it better than the original. Because in the original, it's sort of the Riddler is the mastermind. I did like the updated when they did the animated movie of Hush. It sort of streamlined it, made it a bit better. But yeah, yeah, Hush is another one. He's never really worked outside of the story, his original story. Um,
Was that that Heart of Hush?
oh, that no, that came a little bit later. I think Paul Dini wrote that, but the Jim Lee illustrated run, where I think Jeff Loeb was the writer. Um, that was the sort of that was his introduction in I think around 2003, where he sort of coordinates and organizes all of Batman's rogues. Um,
Hush.
where I like it got yeah well it got criticized at the time, but I quite like that sort of writing technique. It's the because Hush's identity is a secret. It's the most obvious fucking thing in the world that it's Tommy Elliot, but they sort of clear him early on, and then they just turn around at the end. Yeah, it was him. Like with the Billy Loomis thing, it's obvious he's the killer, but they got the phone call to seemingly clear him. There's like, no, the fucking weirdo who looks like a psycho is
Oh
a real
shit.
psycho.
You know what I love the most about that though? Like, because of course it was the fucking boyfriend. Everything. Um, okay, is there any more fucking surprises hiding around that corner? No, I don't think so. I think we're pretty good. Um, you see, this is the thing that I love the most when people deduce a Batman villain's identity. It's the most obvious thing in the world. It's the most obvious thing in the world. Well, I sure fucking hope so, because these books are written with 12-year-olds in mind. Um, I'd be worried about people's cognitive prowess if they couldn't figure it out. um, oh, it's just interesting how that whole thing plays out. You know, it's the how can no one tell Clark Kent is Superman because of the glasses shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a pretty good retro. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I know, and you should see it in beast mode. I should have taken a photo of it when I finally got it in there, but yeah, it's awesome, man. It's one of my favorite figures at the moment. These, like I've been saying this for like 2 weeks now. These trans arts, man, are just fucking next level. I've never been so excited about buying toys, man, since these things came along.
Yeah.
And the simple fact is, this is the kind of shit that I want. It doesn't have to be a fucking year-long run the way Hasbro want to do it. I don't want to be a fucking nostalgic wank. Just, man, whack up some nice high-end figures, I'll buy them.
Yeah.
You know, like, they don't need to be on shelves, these things. Like, because obviously, Beast Wars hasn't had any fucking exposure in, like, 30 years. Like, these things are only made for guys like me. And I love that someone has come along and filled the void. Because these things are, without a doubt, my favorite toys in my collection now. I will go for the Optimal Optimus that they've done and the Transmetal 1 Primal. Um, The next two, though, I'm going to do is Transmetal 2 Cheetor and Transmetal 2 Dinobot.
Yeah.
Because those two are fucking awesome. Okay, have I got everything? Have I got enough to open the fucking... No, I've only got half the tablet. Hmm.
It's been too wet to do anything. So I started to watch the Transformers Victory. That
Oh yeah, is that the Desirous one?
yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm about a quarter of the way through it. I've been watching
I I
an
wanted to
episode or
give
two a night.
I wanted to give that one a shot, eh? Because that seemed a lot more interesting than fucking Super God Master Force and Headmasters. I thought Headmasters was shit. I'm being honest. I mean, I've tried to give Headmasters a crack a couple of times, mate, and I just can't fucking do it. Like, there's some cool toys that are in there, but I'm not watching that whole series. Like, never. Um, I did watch Super God to about the halfway point and then I stopped, and I really should have, and I think the reason for that is because it is just more of the same. Like, everyone says, oh, this is the real continuation of G1, and well, that's kind of my problem with those stories, is that it's just more fucking G1. Um, Whereas Victory, like, it looks like a Gundam Wing series. Just, like, all of, like, not, there's, like, what I mean by that is there's not a single character there that's recognizable from Generation 1. Like, I would probably have a more fun time doing that than going through Super God again, or Headmasters. But nah. But how are you finding it?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, lots of, like you said, they're pretty much all original characters. The Autobots have a new leader as well, Star Saber, who transforms into like a jet shuttle kind of vehicle. And yeah, the
Yeah,
Decepticons have a new leader, Death Zyrus. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's very fast paced, lots of action. The cast is quite small at the moment, but I do expect more characters to appear as the series goes on. I'm enjoying, even though they're the comedy relief. I do like the Death Zyrus has a team of pretenders, but they're dinosaurs. I do like they're out of dinosaur shells and they can combine into a combiner called Dino King. It's yeah, they're sort of played for laughs, but they have dished out a lot of damage, and I'm only about a quarter of the way into it.
get off me, you fuck! Like, I know combiners are across the board, right? Like, Autobots have them, Decepticons have them, but they are very much a Decepticon thing. Combiner teams, like, they are just a villain trope.
Yeah, the Autobots have their own as well. The Autobots have a couple. They've introduced two combiners. I just forget their names at the moment, but they're a team of three, so that's kind of interesting. They combine into a fully sized combiner. I just forget his name. He looked cool. And they debuted another one, the Multi-Force.
Yeah, Autobots roll out. You know it, Metten. Oh,
There's
fucking...
another sort of gimmick called the Breast Force.
Yeah,
Desirus has these.
Desirous, it's like an eagle, isn't it? Or something like that, that snaps off the chest.
Yeah, but there's a couple of them that have that ability. Yeah, they've got a smaller transformer that yeah can detach from their chest and transform.
Puffer
Yeah,
doesn't
really
like...
cool. I
I just...
love the some of the designs. The Leo Zach, I think his name is. He looks really cool as because Deathsaurus sort of he's a bit like a Darkon figure. He's very rarely in the action. He just sits in his base and sort of sends his underlings out. So he hasn't
Yeah,
really got
I think he ever only has like 2 or 3 fights with fucking with Star
Star
Saber.
Saber.
Yeah,
Mm.
like in the entire series. But yeah, Victory was where it was at. Um, I just wish I gave that one the shot because I mean, like, I'm unlike pretty much everyone who's middle-aged, ranting and raving about how awesome Super God Master Force is and the Headmaster series is and all that kind of jazz. Like, fucking, like the problem that I have, like I actually really like the Rebirth saga that we got. You know, like
Yeah.
I like Nebulos, I like Zarek, I like the idea of the Hive. Like I think all of that was a lot more interesting than just tiny robot shit. Um, you know, like I know I'm in the minority with that, but that aside, I have such a hard time getting into headmasters. Like, and some of the decisions that the Japanese headmasters makes are ones that I think they should have just stuck with in G1. Like, for example, keeping Optimus dead and having Rodimus as the guy. Like, I reckon that's an awesome change. Um, like, I reckon they should have stuck with that, but you know, then they start doing weird shit like Cyclonus and Scourge are like Bulk and Skull. Um,
Yeah.
in the series, they're like bumbling fucking buffoons slipping and sliding on shit. Like, I don't know, man. Fucking Headmasters is, yeah, it's tough, man. I tried, I tried to give it a shot. I couldn't do it. One question now, talking about Transformers. Did you see they made new Transformers Optimus Prime to where that looks like too real from the Bay movies? You know, I really want to get a Bayformers Optimus from the first three movies. Like, I didn't really like his redesign in Age of Extinction with like the rounded shoulders. Like I don't know. I didn't really like that look. Like I know it's a Michael Bay design and all that, but I'd really like to get his Dark of the Moon look when he comes with the trailer. But I don't know if they ever did a toy like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did, but it's pretty popular though. He's
Like
Age of Extinction.
he comes with the trailer. You know how he has the trailer for a couple of scenes in Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get a Bayformers Optimus that has the trailer, but fucking, to be honest, I haven't even sat down to really give it a look. I'm sure there is one out there. All right, what the hell is going on? Yeah, okay, no, so there is one. All right. Hey, you still with me, mate? What's going on?
Yeah, just
Oh, yeah. Fucking
sitting there.
my Resident Evil was fucking chugging a little bit. I just closed a few things down in the background. I don't know what was going on there. Um, yeah, okay, no, so there definitely is one. Yeah, all right. Well, it's on my shit list um to pick up. I'll probably do that after I finish up all these Beast Wars toys at the moment. Yeah, that's a bit better. I don't know what the hell was going on there. He was making a movie called Stab. He was stabbed.
I'm going to check out 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple this weekend.
Uh,
It has released.
yeah, it's a hard miss from me. Um,
No, man, that's the shit right there.
like, fucking, from what I heard of it and some of the extended scenes I've seen of it, it sounds even more fucking nonsensical than the one that came before.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm all right.
Well, I'm gonna have to rewatch the first one because I've forgotten everything.
Um, it was only 6 months ago.
Yeah, I know,
um,
but it's weird how my memory is like that. Even I thought about I was in between shows after wrapping up Pluribus, and I was thinking of going back to Stranger Things. And I only watched the first two seasons of that like a month ago, and I can't fucking remember anything. So I know I did what I said I'd do. I went back to 24. Yeah, about 4 or 5 episodes into season 4, and I'm enjoying it. I've got a real soft spot for season four, so and not too many shows I think could say their best years were season four and five, but that's when it sort of really hits its
Supernatural is
stride.
definitely one that can say that.
Yep. Normally they have a cracking first and second year and then slowly peter out, but no,
They
24
usually
season
all
four.
they usually all die in the ass 3 years in. That's
Yeah.
usually the cutoff.
Yeah, a kind of attrition sets in, but no, that's the shit right there.
That's the shit right there. Um, yeah, it's yeah, what fucking television, man. Like I had some people say to me, you got to check out Stranger Things. Why would I want to watch that though? Like I'm sure there's some things in there that I would like, but uh, I don't know, man. I just don't think I got enough free time to really like fucking invest
Well,
in
it's not
that. Like I
very
think I've got
well,
too
it's not
many
very
hobbies at
long.
the moment
It's
to.
only it's only 8 episodes long, so it's not a huge time investment, but there's definitely diminishing returns. I thought season one was very sort of high quality, but season two was good. It wasn't it wasn't as sort of well received as the first season was. Because that sort of it almost like Netflix had existed before then, but like that show really sort of punched through and um went really mainstream like a Netflix show to do that.
Um,
Um
we were talking. You were talking about this with the Watchmen last week, right? This when you finally got around to it, yeah, it was all right, and like it was just all right after like 30 years of lavish praise, I believe you said about it. I think that's what I'm gonna have when it comes to getting catching up to things like Stranger Things and all that. Like I'll sit down and watch it and I'll be like, yeah, all right. um like I think that's what I'll be like when it comes to that. It'll be the same effect.
yeah, and because there were such long gaps between the years, like the last season before, so the finale was only like a couple of weeks ago, but there was like a 2 or 3 year gap. You know, they started out as kids and now they got receding hairlines, you know. It's just so the first season was 2016, where they were all like sort of kids. Um, it's kind of strange that.
All right, I got the 3 gems inside of the elegant mask. Now we can sell it for a fuckload of money. We still need to get the blue eye to complete the butterfly lamp. Yeah, we're up to the final season of Supernatural. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like I mean, there's tons of fucking. I mean, the internet's already got this covered, but the first 5 seasons were the best. But I reckon season 5, without a doubt, like there's only one season of that entire show that can be called a masterpiece, and it's the fifth one. Um,
Yeah.
like it, but I mean, there's no arguing this. Like it's like I think 6 was okay. I think from 7 up until about 11, we were lost in the woods for quite a fucking long time before the show hit its stride again. Um, I really enjoyed season 14. I thought it was really, really good. We haven't really had just episodes like all these episodes that were just fucking zingers the whole way through. I really enjoyed 14. And we're about to get cracking on the final one now, and I'm like, yeah. It was filmed around the COVID time, and a lot of people say that's a reason why it was very undercooked. I don't know. I haven't actually seen all this yet on or the finale. Not too sure what to really expect at this point, but I'll give it the look see. But I don't know. I think it just sort of was out of steam for quite a while there. Um, but you know, it's something that we talked about a little bit. I think the only reason that the show stuck around for as long as it did was because it had its 2 principal actors the whole time. Um, had Jared or Jensen left, I think the show would have been shit canned right on the spot.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
Like it would have gotten to the point where you know, if the season was going to get, if it was going to get renewed for another year, it would entirely come down to if those two were signed on to do it.
Yeah, you're very few. Well, yeah, it's a kind of a weird show that, um, because yeah, you got the two main characters. There's some shows that manage to overcome it, like NYPD Blue many years ago. David Caruso left after 1 year. Although it's interesting, they didn't recast; they just retired that character, and Jimmy Smits came in playing a different character. Um, who else was there? No, I just thought of one, but I forget. But yeah, you always have to sort of decide on the approach. Um, do you recast the character, or do you bank on going with a new character? I
Yeah.
think yeah, it probably wouldn't have worked for that show. I don't think after 14 years the audience would be invested in new characters, and it's probably not worth recasting them after so long. If it had only been around for a couple of years, maybe. So yeah, you'd probably just retire the show.
Yeah, the time to have done it had been and gone. And you got to remember, you see, I'll tie this into Jurassic Park Survival in a minute because it's been over 800 days since that game was announced and there's been zero fucking movement on it. Um, like,
You guys are guppies. It's over 6,000 days since the winds of winter.
you know, because what
Get
got
back to me when you guys are serious.
you know, because it's something that I find quite fascinating. You know, like when people say, "Oh yeah, Supernatural could have easily hit fucking 20 years." Well, you got to remember, Jared and Jensen got married and had 3 kids while that show was going. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they were all that keen on doing it for too much longer. Like,
Yeah.
that's a fucking long time. Like, I channel a bit of Pat Healy. It's been 13 years. What do you think? Your shit don't stink?
Yeah, well, even
Um,
half of that is a long time in television. It's why Kit Harington sort of bit back at, Gurm's comments. Gurm was saying Game of Thrones ran for 8 seasons, and Gurm was going, it could have ran for 12 or 13, and Kit Harrington says, no, everyone was exhausted. We couldn't have gone on. So
Yeah, I like this clip that I've seen of Jared talking about it because I'm under the impression he wanted to tap out at around 13 or 12. But when they were going into 15, Jensen hits him up going, "Yeah, man, I think we got another 2 years in us." And then Jared's just like, "Nah, we need to have a talk, man. I'm kind of done." Fuck, I love that. Yeah, another 2 years, like it's nothing. Like 2 years is a fucking long time, man.
yeah,
Um,
it's not a weekend.
See, but like that's like and just to tie that into Jurassic Park Survival. Now it's been 800 days since the announcement, right? And there's been zero. Like we haven't even had a. It's been almost 3 years, right? We haven't even had a fucking an expected release date. Nothing of any description. Just this trailer, which if Universal decided to take down, the game doesn't exist. Um, like, and people, and in the comments, you keep seeing this shit all the time. This, oh yeah, I don't mind them taking, this long because that means the game's going to be like really, really good and they're taking their time to get it right and all this kind of shit. I saw one comment, and it's my favorite comment I've ever read in all of my online life. And it was, I mean, so many games die on the development table because time simply passes them by. Contracts expire, technology gets updated, consoles change, new generations roll out, staff members get married, have kids, the wife wants to move. Like, this thing is fucking dead in the water, is what this is. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Like, it's been almost 3 years since that fucking trailer, man. Like, man, devs move on, their life goes on, time passes it by.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a great comment, but that's someone with their head screwed on straight with some sort of real world experience, you know.
It was very
Um,
refreshing. Like, I know when you trawl through the comments, you read a lot of bullshit, but the reason why you always tend to stomach it is because you do find a nugget like that from time to time, and I'm like, finally, someone is talking sense. Like, I mean, 3 years, like, that's a fucking lot, man. Like, I mean, and to have nothing, you know, at all, to even confirm that the game exists. Like, yeah, I'm not holding my breath. And there was another comment below that going, look, I've removed this thing from my wish list on Steam. Like, we have no actual proof that this thing fucking exists. So I'm like, finally, someone is talking some sense. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Until this, I'll believe this shit when it actually comes out. I'm not listening to any more talk, and I'm not waiting up all night for it either.
yeah, I think it's time people just moved on.
Yeah, like we're at the start of 22. Before I go into this cage, because it's a fucking trap. Going up to that chest, it's a trap. I remember this from the Wii version. Like 3 years almost. Like we're getting to the 3 year point. Like people fucking pass away in that time, man. Like fucking yeah, this thing is dead. Yeah, there's a drop cage on the roof there. Yeah, but anyway, the thing that I wanted to mention before I trigger this trap was we're at the start of 2026, right? This game was revealed almost 3 years ago. And I'm seeing these fucking comments going, I'm fully expecting a late 2027 release, if not a 2028 release. Why? How? What? So you're gonna mortgage the next 3 fucking years? Like, oh, fuck out of here, man. No wonder shit doesn't get done with that kind of thing. And not to mention, Saber Interactive have announced projects after the fact. That now seem to have priority over fucking over Jurassic Park Survival. Yeah, I knew I was going to get fucking whacked there. Anyway, we'll pick it up again. Like, they're supposed to be doing this new Turok game, and apparently they're doing a John Wick game now as well, and those fucking games have seen more updates and more of a pulse than what Survival has had. Oh, well, Universal are probably keeping it under wraps. Oh, fuck off. I'm tired of hearing shit like that. And so, like another awesome comment was, you drop a trailer, you've got 4 to 6 months to get your ass in gear. Is what it is. Any longer than that, and that's it. People will stop giving a shit. And like 100% right. I remember you said a similar thing. Like when you release a trailer, like you've got to fucking, like the meter's running.
Yeah, well, I mean, because everything's just so cluttered now. There's just so much, there's so much competing for everyone's attention. It's easy to get lost in the shuffle, but I just don't really understand people that obsess about things that don't exist and ignore things that do exist. Like there's probably a ton of good games that they've never heard of on Steam, like lots of underrated games. If they did some digging, why are they obsessing over a game that doesn't exist? I don't know, it doesn't really make much sense to me, that much sense to me. Or, like movies that never got made. I mean, it's fun to sort of talk about and discuss, but at the end of the day, plenty of films did get made.
Fuck me. Yeah,
And
it happened.
they're probably worthwhile to spend attention on.
Do you know what the funniest thing about the Jurassic Park Survival situation is? Is that this isn't the first crack they've had at trying to make a game like this. There was originally a Jurassic Park Survival game from 2001 that was meant to tie into JP3.
Yeah, what about it?
It never happened. It got cancelled. So this isn't the first time this shit has happened. So I'm not holding my breath for this thing. It looked like a lot of fun, but yeah, nah, man. I'm not stopping up all night waiting for something that I know is not coming.
Got some rare thing. What do you you buying? What are you buying?
Oh, well, you're just being negative.
Is that? Is that? Come back
Alright,
anytime.
I'm not dying in that fucking room again. Like, I mean, case in point, right? Like, you mentioned Germ just before. Like, there's people out there that are still like, yeah, but don't worry. Wait until the real books come out and we see the real ending. Fuck that Season 8 shit. You are chasing a dream, is what you're doing, man. If you honestly think that that's coming.
Yeah, I mean, if you string people along so long, pretty much all that's left are the deranged. It's but which is kind of interesting because I thought, I mean, for me the fun part now is
Open up, you cunt! Yeah, I'm listening, man, yeah.
um is he like how long is he just going to keep bullshitting people? Like, is he gonna be in his 80s going, yeah, I'm still working on it, yeah, I'm still not done, but and I had to only wait a week or two. He did an interview to promote A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the spin-off show that HBO are doing, and yeah, he basically all but admitted to he's not actively working on it. Um, the like he sort of just kind of I got the impression he just tinkers around the edges of it occasionally, but it's way, way, way down the list of priorities. Reading between the lines, it's pretty obvious it's never going to be released. I thought on the off chance that because he's written so much of it, it will come out. But but then you realize it's only him at his word. There's no other like his editors or his publisher or no one. He reckons he has over 1,200 pages written, but no one can really corroborate that. It's really just his word.
And his word doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was only a few months from finishing in 2015, you know. So it's kind of um interesting. Like, I want to read a book about um the making of the Winds of Winter more than I want to read the Winds of Winter because, like you said a minute ago, the show gave away most of the ending. The This new spin-off show will give away some of the events that have been hinted at in the backstory, and there's a Shakespeare production coming out about some crucial events from the backstory. Um, so pretty much everything's been spoiled. So the demand or the hype for the book for me is sort of really petered out. But I kind of gave up in 2021, I think it was. He made this weird post about I made a lot of progress in 2020, but less in 2021. But less is not none. And I'm sorry, but if you're summing up an entire year's worth of progress as not none, it's probably pretty close to it. So I just kind of assumed, at his age, and this is an unpopular opinion, but creativity does dilute with age. Very few people, if any, are producing their best work creatively in their 70s. I think it does sort of dilute for any kind of artist. But there's a couple of exceptions to the rule, but not many, and I don't think he's one of them. So
Oh, you're just being negative.
it's yeah, it's yeah, because it's just so much about the human experience, I reckon, to have to have hit it big. Like, when I compare him to other authors, like people like J.K. Rowling and Stephen King, they were household names a lot earlier in life than he was. George
Yeah.
R.R. Martin, he was quite well known in fantasy circles, but it was Game of Thrones that launched him into the stratosphere, where he became a household name, and that only debuted in 2011. So the so for people like Stephen King and J.K. Rowling, the novelty of fame and wealth that wore off quickly, or it wore off eventually, and they were still young enough to sit down and settle down and start producing work. But when you become fabulously wealthy in your 60s, um, and famous beyond all recognition in your 60s, like I can understand that's just gone to his head, and he's got um, no real drive or desire to go back to the keyboard. Um, like being in his mid 60s, it's unlikely that the novelty of being ridiculously wealthy, and he does, and he's doing what rich people with no responsibility do. George R.R. Martin never had any children, um, although he is married, but that's a relatively sort of recent development in the last decade, 15 years or so. He did have a long-time girlfriend, and then they sort of made it official, but he never had any children. Um, so what do guys who are ridiculously wealthy do? Well, he
Talk
bought a
shit
train.
online.
Yeah, he bought a train. He bought a cinema. He bought a bookstore. He bought a bowling alley. um, he's turning Santa Fe into his own personal amusement park. I mean, what? Yeah, it's just like the novelty of being rich. You just buy random shit. um, it's so and yeah, there's no because he no longer has to work for a living. He doesn't. um, you read stories about guys that win the lottery and get up and go work a shift in the mines. um, but the reality is most people who don't need to work for a living don't.
You get rich and then everything comes free.
It's yeah, it's so it's all, but I would love a sort of tell-all book, but it wouldn't be that interesting. I think the reason it's not out is simply because he's not working on it. I don't think it's writer's block. I don't think it's a creative logjam. I don't think it's any of those things that a lot of fans like to rush the barricades to
Whoa,
defend him for.
shit!
Um, I think the reason it's not out is very simple and boring. He's just simply not working on it. He's he enjoys working on his television shows because he does have a background in television, and he likes sort of touring the conventions and yeah, sort of basking in the fan adulation. I think he likes doing that at his age. And, there's a part of me that thinks good on him. I don't want to be working in my 70s. I don't
Neither do
really
I,
expect,
but
yeah.
when it's
So,
the thing you're going to be most remembered for when you're dead, I kind of want it to be finished. um,
yeah, it's a good point, and it's kind of bizarre. It's very bizarre behavior from him. Um, but he doesn't really articulate, um, yeah, on some level, he seems okay with not finishing. Maybe he likes the idea of an unfinished sort of masterpiece. Um, but yeah, it's very bizarre behavior to let other people have the final say on your story. The television series was able to bring the story to a conclusion. These prequel spin-off shows are now revealing crucial events in the backstory that put the events of the story into better context. And he seems okay with it. Maybe that's another clue that he's given up. Whereas he would sort of push back on some of the spoilers that fans had guessed. Now he's like, yeah, whatever, who cares? He was dropping a lot of sort of generic casual spoilers in that interview, and it was a great interview that he did in January. The journalist, whoever it was, deserves a lot of credit for having the courage and the noose and the skill and expertise to get so many quotable quotes from him. Because he really doesn't like talking about the Winds of Winter anymore, and he often dances around questions like that. So to sort of keep him on the hook and to get him to finally concede that he doesn't sort of really actively work on it anymore. It's what all the fans sort of know, but to hear him sort of admit it was kind of a breakthrough because yeah, it was just such a really interesting interview because he hardly because he also very rarely, if ever, talks about it anymore. And he sounds really bitter and sort of depressed about it. Like I read a quote once that it's the book that defeated him. And yeah, that's kind of apt. But
Well,
also it shows and this is a fear for a lot of the book fans who are under the impression that he's not influenced by the show and its reception. He seems very influenced by it. Um, he sort of wondered out loud about killing off Sansa Stark, who's a major character, but because she's so popular in the show, he wants to let her live. Um, there was a good quote that someone sort of posted again, much like that guy who weighed in your discussion about the game.
yeah,
Someone wrote, because and also remember the book characters are a lot younger in the book. The show aged them up to be adults, but so Sansa Stark is played by Sophie Turner. Um, she's sort of mid to late teens, early 20s in the show, but Sansa's only 14, if not younger in the book. And there is something kind of weird about an old man fantasizing about the fake people he will kill in the book he won't write. It's I thought, I mean, what a profound, insightful comment. That there's something really perverse about that.
Is that all? Thank you. Ah.
oh come on now, mate. 14.
It's yeah, very bizarre. It's somewhere between a power fantasy. I can kill the characters you love whenever I want, and just pathetically
What are you
delusional because, imagining a plane landing is not, in fact, the same as building the landing gear. Is he going to go to his grave?
What are
You
you
know,
buying?
yeah, my imaginary ending totally shits all over the shows. You just wait, is he? It's just kind of a bit sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but he's had this mindset for a while now, and that's why I'm glad I didn't invest massive chunks of my life on this shit, because what had me was when Robert Jordan died, right? And like his wife and Brendan Sanderson, you know, uh, got everything organized to finish up the Wheel of Time, right? And when asked about a similar instance in the event that George ever dies, nah, man, nah, I'm going down with the shit. When I die, that's it. Fuck yous. Like, that was pretty much my answer right then and there. I'm like, oh, so he's one of these guys. He's much more interested in just leaving a void behind than doing anything. Like, I mean, Robert's story was completed outside of his lifetime, but it is still very much his story. You couldn't even give a fuck either way. That was sort of my telling point, and that happened how long ago now?
Yeah, he's been remarkably consistent on that. He's very adamant when he dies. If it's unfinished, it will remain unfinished.
But the thing that gets me the most about that attitude is it's not like he's dying when he's like in his 30s, right? And he has like this whole what if lifespan of what to achieve. No, you hit it big very late to the party, and you've literally got 2 fucking books to bring out, and you're hanging your hat on not doing that. Like, you're not dying like a 19 billionaire year old rock star. You're
Yeah,
you're
and
going
considering,
you're going down very solemnly on a pathetic ship. I just don't understand that type
yeah,
of thing.
yeah, it is bizarre behavior. Yeah, I just sort of kind of, particularly compared to other authors, because Stephen King was the complete opposite. Um,
Mm.
Stephen King with his Dark Tower epic fantasy series, he's like, no fucking way, I'm not dying with that unfinished. But he got a kick in the ass in the sense. Stephen King had a brush with death in
Was that?
1999.
Yeah, I think you told me this. Was this because he goes for a walk around the ranch and didn't he get run over or something?
Yeah, he takes a walk in the morning and the afternoon. He was taking an afternoon walk and was hit by a van that was driven by a driver who was high. Yeah, almost died. Seriously injured. Took years to recover from, but that gave him the kick up the arse he needed. And interestingly enough, I think that's one of the reasons George has been dawdling. Um, Despite having never looked after himself. Like there's a couple of pictures of sort of when I more actively followed his career, there's a couple of pictures of him from, the 60s or 70s where he's quite sort of lean, but like every picture I've seen, he's always been very sort of overweight. So despite having never looked after himself, he's always sort of appeared in remarkable health, and he is today. Like he looks fantastic sort of for his age. He's very sharp and he's quick-witted and he always gives great interviews. He's um, it's kind of sort of ironic, yeah. Despite having not looked after himself, sort of physically, he's never had that sort of brush with death. Um, and yeah, he's got and King. It's kind of funny. Um, King wrote a wonderful memoir. It was the first book he released after his accident, called On Writing, and it's like. And one of my university lecturers said this, and I've always remembered it. She said, if you want something done, ask a busy person. So why is King so productive? Like, because King had three kids and like he was a family man, and he talks about like when you're busy, like you got to drop the kid off at soccer or baseball or whatever. You got to pick them up from school, and like you got to be fucking organized to sit your ass in the chair and write. Whereas someone like Gurm, who can sort of just do it whenever he wants, but not really, because there's nothing writing on it. Like Gary, I think Gary Oldman, the actor, said something kind of funny. Like, yeah, don't tell me you're tired until you have children. Like, there are levels of tiredness you don't even want to know about. Like, yeah, like I'm not taking you seriously that you're tired if you don't have children. Um, and there's probably some truth in that. Because it's, sort of Gurm kind of treats it like a hobby, whereas the other guys like treat it as their job. A- and that's why King's been able to be really productive over his career.
Yeah, busy doing what?
Yeah, it just makes you wonder what he has been up to. He's kind of yeah, what has he done? So A Dance with Dragons came out in 2011. Um, there was a world this compendium of lore about the world called The World of Ice and Fire, which came out late 2014, which he had some, I don't think he wrote it all, but he did sort of write the bulk of it. And in 2018, he brought out Fire and Blood, which is like a history book on the early Targaryen kings. And that was in 2018. So yeah, it's sort of like what has he? And he wasn't involved in the show post season four. Just like, what is he doing? Like I
uh,
understand what he's doing now. He's enjoying his old age and good luck to him. But like 10 or 15 years ago, like what was he doing? Oh shit, it's just ridiculous that this book isn't out.
I've got recordings right of us talking shit that have got like 2022, 2023 on them. And you said back then, going, I think we will see Winds of Winter. And this was before House of the Dragon was greenlit, I think.
Yeah,
And
right.
and you were like, I think you were like, we will see Winds of Winter. We are never seeing A Dream of Spring. And I think like 2 years ago you were like, yeah, well, I'd like to revise that statement. We're fucking never seeing either. Now that House of the Dragon kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, that's bloody scary, isn't it? So we recorded that podcast, what, 5 years ago, and it's still not out. Jesus
Like,
Christ.
I'm half tempted to clip all of your George R.R. Martin shit and put it up as just one video. I think I was playing Donkey Kong Country at the time. And you were like, I remember it plain as day. And it was, yeah, we will see Winds of Winter. We're never seeing A Dream of Spring. And then House of the Dragon kicked off. And you were like, nah, now we're never fucking seeing either. Full stop.
Yeah, yeah, which is kind of a more interesting aspect of the broader discussion. Has anything began life in one medium and then just
Run your
faded
ass
away
off, Ashley.
as it morphed into something else? Like I think if the book series remains unfinished, um, I think it'll just fade away. I think people will gravitate more towards the television series. Game of Thrones has a proper ending. The spin-off shows will have a proper ending. I just think as time goes by, it's weird how it's outgrown its original medium. Yeah, it's really interesting that. And
Come
yeah,
on,
the
Ash.
author no longer cares. What a what a bizarre sort of phenomenon.
Oh, well, if I die, that's it.
Yeah. And I think and truth be known, I think he's being a bit delusional with that. I mean, I think, what does Joe Pesci say? The dollars, always the fucking dollars. The the idea
Well,
that,
who is going to say Joe Pesci is wrong?
yeah, I think the yeah, I just think there's too much money on the table for him, for his wishes to be respected. Um, so yeah, something probably will come out called The Winds of Winter, particularly if it's true he's written so much of it. It just seems strange not to um, sort of release something if what
Like,
he's saying is true.
I
That
don't
he's
know,
that, he,
man.
that
Hey,
he's
like,
written. I mean, that's a thousand manuscript pages. That's a lot of fucking pages. Um, you could probably pad it out and release 3 or 4 books if you wanted to, um, but yeah, I suspect yeah, there's still a few more twists in this tale yet. um, so yeah, watch this space, I suppose. After I just roasted people for obsessing about a non-existent game, I just spent half an hour talking about a non-existent book.
like, I mean, if it does come out, like, I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm totally apathetic. Like, I mean, if it comes out, it comes out. I genuinely don't give a shit. Like, if you ask anyone, are they still genuinely excited for, like, are you as excited for Jurassic Park Survival now as what you were when you first saw that trailer almost 3 years ago? And if the answer is yes, you're a fucking liar. Um, as far as I'm concerned, you're lying because you're not as excited. It's impossible to have maintained that kind of enthusiasm for years on end.
Yeah.
So like I'm just totally of the mindset like, oh, if it comes out, it comes out. Like I don't care.
Yeah, it's a good attitude to have. If it comes out, it comes out.
We
If
blow
not,
we
there's,
we blow up, we blow up. I mean,
well, I mean, there's plenty of films to get to. There's plenty of other books to read. There's plenty of other games to play. Um, and there's plenty of other stuff. And that's just the stuff that is coming out. What about all the stuff that um, we missed the first time around? So it's fun to dive into that as well. I checked out Primate over the weekend, that new creature feature with the chimpanzee. It
oh
wasn't
yeah.
too bad.
Hey, did that uh what was it, the grizzly bear one with Oded Fair? Did that ever come out?
Yes, it has. I do have a copy of that. I haven't got around to it yet. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's called Grizzly Night. It is out. It came out about a week or two ago. Um, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's great seeing Oded Fair in anything. So, um,
Yeah, I know, which is why when you told me about that um, going into New Year's, I was like, fuck, man, well, there you go. Um, I mean, if he's in it, I'll definitely check it out, and I hope that these rumors that he's in this new Mummy movie is true as well. After screaming about time moves on, and all of that, yeah, but there are some exceptions to the rule. Like, I don't think Oded Fair really um, got a fair shake quite the way the last 40 years have been kind to Transformers. Um, like, you see what I mean? Like, there is a difference there. Like, I mean, this is a guy who I don't think got anywhere near the amount of exposure I think he should have had in his career, whereas Transformers is just the turd that won't flush. Like, it's two separate things.
yeah, the Mummy Returns is coming back for its 25th anniversary. It's getting a limited screening. But yeah, I think it'll be um a, a bit of a shame if he's not returning. But I think all of them should, because it was the chemistry amongst all of them was really great in those first couple of Mummy movies.
Well,
Brendan
from what I'm
Fraser.
led to believe, it's pretty much, yeah, they are all back. Um,
I wonder if Arnold Vosloo is back as well. He's the major villain in 24 season 4, Habib Marwan.
he sounds like it.
Um, it's the but also don't forget there's Lee Cronin's version is coming out this year, which is more straight up horror. I believe I read somewhere, whereas Brendan Fraser's ones are more like the swashbuckling adventure ones.
Well, it's stars Brendan Fraser, so I hope that that is what it is. Like, yeah, I don't think bloodthirsty stories are really what he goes in for. I mean, we're talking about George of the Jungle, mate.
Yeah. The salt turns the bodies into
I
mummies.
was going to text you this randomly the other day just to see if you would pick up on where it was from. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yeah, that's Buzz. Yeah.
Yeah, at the start of the second one when he's fucking carrying on at the fireplace.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Devon Ray Trey. Um, yeah, I don't know if we talked about that yet, but Catherine O'Hara's passing a couple of weeks ago. Fucking
Yeah, it's not been a good couple of weeks
no, it
with the
hasn't. It
in the
really
entertainment industry. Robert Duvall passed away as well, and Tom Noonan passed away this week as well.
fucking hell.
Um, Kane from RoboCop 2. The most recent thing I saw him in, although it was a while ago now, was the 12 Monkeys television series. I
Yeah,
watched
okay.
the first couple of seasons of that, and he's a recurring character in it. He was in Heat as well. He's the guy who it's a small party. He gives Macaulay the information on the bank.
You know what's the thing though with a lot of these deaths that have been happening? That's the thing that's really been doing my head in is that fuck, some of them have been on the younger side. I mean, like the Vanderbeek
Uh,
one, and
yeah,
fucking
that
Brad
was
Arnold from Three Doors Down, um, was
yeah.
another
Well,
one that passed away.
Van der Beek was only 48, and when you're 42, you do feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like that's what I mean. Like I know some people say 40's old. I don't think it's that fucking old, man. Like I don't think you get to call yourself old until at least 60. And a lot of these people that have croaked in the last week or so have not even got within striking distance of that age. Like he wasn't even 50. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, James Vanderbeek.
Yeah, wait a minute. You actually watched that show? Yeah, holy shit, you're the Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson Leary.
I hate these fucking puzzles so much. I've honestly just been fluking this at the moment. I haven't been paying any attention. Wait a minute. We just got it. There's a piece missing. No shit. And the statues come alive, don't they? Where the fuck are we going? Give me a look-see at the map. The statues come alive. I remember that. There's 4 of them standing around that fucking... Give me the podium! What the hell is going on with my fucking chat at the moment? Hang on, like I'm seeing things that are on that aren't rocking up over here. I think it's this thing that's been playing, that's been giving me silly buggers all night. No, it's all good. Alright, yeah, the statues come up. Yeah, well, Puffer doesn't like bad guys, does he? Yeah, when you grab that insignia... Ashley, I want you to run your ass off! It's not over yet. The statues are posed. You know, I haven't played this since fucking high school. Yeah, you're gonna wish you were back in high school. And I've been having great fun going through Resident Evil 4 again. Look at this, there's another one there. You did good. Wait a minute, where the fuck is she? Yeah, Chuckle left. Hang on, but isn't that... Oh no, he's gone. Alright. I would have had that guy killed as well, but I missed one of the lamp throws. Yeah, I fucked up. It happens. Yeah, but when you think about these things, like you mentioned someone from RoboCop 2 passed. Well, how long ago was RoboCop 2?
I think 1990, 91 maybe, 92. Yeah, he was a really peculiar villain in that. Kane, the sort of drug lord cult figure. I do remember him in Heat, but it was a very minor role. He's the guy who is saying all this stuff just floats away, when Macaulay asks him where he gets his information from. And yeah, he was sort of this time traveling assassin in the 12 Monkeys TV show. They're the sort of things that spring to mind when I think of him. But yeah, I read I think yesterday or the day before he passed away, and yeah, Robert Duvall, who's yeah, sort of right up there. He was 95 years young. He had a yeah, Tom Hagen from the Godfather films. I really liked him in Deep Impact. I think it's a very underrated role in a really underrated film. I think Deep Impact. There's occasionally in movies there's this weird phenomenon where 2 identical movies come out
Yeah, like
on each other's heels.
Armageddon and Deep Impact, Dante's
Yeah,
Peak and Volcano.
Yeah, it's very strange that, isn't it? How it sometimes happens. But I think as time goes by, Armageddon has the action and the spectacle, but um, Deep Impact is the one I prefer to watch. It had a lot more to say, I think, about yeah, just that human condition, whereas Bay's film is more balls out kind of action.
It's
But, and
too.
yeah, he
Yeah,
played
Michael Bay's film is just too Michael Bay.
Oh, don't worry about
yeah,
it.
because
Come on.
Duvall played that sort of retired army pilot or something. Um, yeah, he was in Days of Thunder. I'm trying to think of the last thing I saw him in, but
Was that the Tom Cruise racing one?
yeah, it's fucking
It is.
total.
It is a swing and a miss, man. Like
Yeah, I
fucking
wish I liked it more
Days of
than
Thunder.
I
Yeah.
did. It just, yeah, it never really clicked for me. Um,
Yeah, because a couple of them took a crack at that. I remember a couple years down the line, Stallone did that Driven. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but he's got top billing in that movie. He's fucking like the movie's not even about him.
Yeah, he said in an interview it's the one film he regrets making.
Driven.
I think he's a fan of race cars and Formula One,
Why don't you do us all
but
a
that
favor and leave
didn't
before
quite
the audience gets
sort of click because
exhausted?
apparently they actually didn't have permission to film Formula One. That's why that this recent film F1 with Brad Pitt
I don't ever
was a
remember
lot
that
more
part.
successful because Formula One actually lent them access to their cars and their races. So a lot of the footage in that new film is from real races around the world, whereas the Stallone film didn't have that, and they had to end up changing, calling it something completely different. And but I think with Cruise's film is about NASCAR racing, and I think they did have permission to film with NASCAR, but it's a horrible movie.
Days of
It's
Thunder.
a Yeah, I wish I liked it. The idea is sound.
I ever only saw it the once, man. I'm
Yeah,
go nuts. I'm not overly attached to it at all.
yeah, it's an awful movie. Yeah, occasionally you get the article they want to do a Top Gun Maverick with that, like have a really big legacy sequel to it, but it's nowhere near as beloved as Top Gun 1 was. So I'm not sure if it'll happen or not, um but yeah, Cruise was untouchable. Like it was just even his shit movies just fucking raked it in, didn't they?
I mean, he's been in some shit, you know, like
Yeah,
I know his track record. You know, he's definitely been in like he's had more wins than losses, but like
yes.
it's just that that's the thing though. His losses aren't just regular losses. Like when he does have a loss on his record, it's a fucking pretty shocking one usually.
Yeah, I think his two worst ones that I've seen were Cocktail and Days of Thunder. Cocktail is pure garbage. Um, Saved by one scene where they flip the bottles to hippie hippie shake. The
Is
rest of
that
the
the is Cocktail the one where he's looking like a tosser with the
yes,
pool cue?
no, I think that's risky business. But he plays the Brian Brown's in it, who's like the Miyagi, the Yoda.
Cocktail is a shit movie, so that's the quote of the night. What else is new?
Oh, it's awful.
I don't think I even wasted a second of my life watching it.
Yeah, well, you're lucky. Yeah, you're one of the fortunate ones. But from like MI1 onwards, I'm pretty sure he's very solid to high quality from that point on. You've got Vanilla Sky in there, but I admire the audacity of it. It
That was
makes no
correct.
goddamn sense at all.
Yeah, the movie is fucking, you know, like it's like a chapter out of the Evangelion manga.
Yeah,
Um, just was that the didn't Cameron Crowe direct that?
he did. Yeah, I was expecting a lot from that film and was
Yeah,
disappointed, but I maybe I need to give it more of a chance. Vanilla Sky.
it gets a thumbs up for me for no other moment than that. guy in the background going, "Dude, fix your fucking face." It gets that.
Yeah.
But everything else, yeah, I can take it all. Leave it.
Yeah, you've got Eyes Wide Shut. I really enjoyed. Bloody War of the Worlds, Minority Report, Collateral. That early 2000s period was really good. Um,
I really need to watch Minority Report again. I was thinking about it the other day, Spielberg.
yeah,
I never,
and
I've seen that one only probably about 2 or 3 times in my life.
yeah, terrific film.
I really need to go back and give that a shot. I might even do that this weekend.
Yeah, and it's funny mention him because I found a copy of Valkyrie, which I've never seen from 2006, about the failed plan to assassinate Hitler. I'm really looking forward to watching it. That's one that escaped me. I never saw that. What else did he do around that time? So MI3. Um, what would he have been in around 08, 09? Tropic Thunder was in there. Um,
I
MI4.
think Ghost Protocol was a bit later, wasn't it?
Yeah, that came after. That was around 2011.
Yeah,
Then he did
we were definitely past 2010 before he touched Mission Impossible again. Like I
Edge
mean,
of Tomorrow.
like MI3 is entertaining. It just didn't quite have the stopping power that the other two had.
Wait here.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I found that one tough to get through. MI3. I remember liking it at the time. I saw that one at the cinema. But yeah, when I tried to rewatch it, it didn't really sort of grab me. But Edge of Tomorrow's a fucking banger of a movie.
Yeah,
And then he sort of,
when I first saw Edge of Tomorrow, all I could think of was the visual imagination that is in that. I think Emily Blunt was in that as well.
yeah,
Like when I saw that, like all I could think to myself was just, this is the sort of directorial mind we need behind a Halo movie. Because like when I was watching it, I just thought, "Fuck, man, this I'm getting so many Halo vibes from this thing." But
yeah,
I
I
really enjoyed
really
Edge of
enjoyed
Tomorrow,
it.
and it was competing with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, man. Like fucking.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Edge of Tomorrow. Because I'd never heard of the manga. I think it's based on a series called Live, Die, Repeat, and I'd never heard of it. So my first exposure to the story was the film, and yeah, it's a riveting film, and uh, yeah, very fresh. Yeah, loved all the design in it. Terrific ending. Uh, yeah, it's I think it's one of Cruise's best. um, because he's done sci-fi before, but that one really stood up. So yeah, that's one of my favorite films of Cruise.
You're not getting away from me, you punce. Fuck! Les Grossman.
Yeah, that's amazing. He's so good in that.
Les Grossman.
Les
I,
Grossman.
oh, fuck, I hate Resident Evil when it does this fucking bullshit, and it does it in every fucking game. Yeah, well, what do you need, Peck? He's in a meeting, yeah, I know, in about 2 seconds with the Pecker. Yes. Fuck off. Actually, I should do it a bit more like old mate from the Celtic Tiger. Fuck off! Did you ever get around to seeing, like, Final Reckoning and all of that?
No, not yet. It's a damn shame what happened to the Tiger. Because I need to double back and go through Rogue Nation and those ones again. Because that one kind of got lost in the shuffle with, that Mad Max Fury Road and Jurassic World. And Star Wars obviously was coming later that year, The Force Awakens. So I'd love to go back if I ever had time to, and not do a rewatch from MI1 from '95, but because I think they sort of shift again from like Rogue Nation onwards, where they sort of build up to that. So yeah, before I dive into Dead Reckoning or Final Reckoning, whatever it's called, because I was really excited with the trailers and bringing back Kittredge, because I think
And
they
Henry
should have brought him
Zerny.
back. Yeah, they should have brought him back years ago. He's a good character. Because it's and then the reason why I like him is he pivots when he's presented with new information. Because all the evidence is pointing to Hunt being framed, but when he realizes that's not the case, he's instantly back on his side again. And yeah, you just hardly ever see it in films the way it's done there. um, and yeah, bold, controversial controversy at the time, making Jim Phelps the bad guy was a huge bait and switch. The beloved hero of the television series, turning heel. But you know something's up when they cast John Voight, don't you?
Who at that point in time pretty much only ever played villains.
Yeah, yeah, you just knew something was up.
Alright, what the fuck's going on here? Do these guys just keep spawning in, do they? God, I love shotguns in games. It's like the most satisfying thing in the world. Okay, what the hell's going on here? See, because I always thought you could shoot the chains, but apparently not. I might be misremembering that, but I think these idiots will spawn in all the time no matter what. I don't think these guys are going away. They'll just keep spawning in. Okay. Because I always thought... Oh, no, you can. Yeah, I thought you could. I was wondering why the fuck it wasn't working. You got to shoot it a couple times. Yeah, alright, well, there you go then. You learn something new. And you remember shit that's old. I wonder what the reason was, though, for Duck shoving Kittredge for as long as they did. What, was Henry Zerny busy with just about everything else in the world, was he?
Yeah, well, he showed up in the Tudors, but that was a long way time after MI1.
And
But
he was
yeah, I
in Scream
always,
5 or 6. He was in one of those as
yeah,
the shrink.
I remember, even as a kid watching, or sort of teenager and that as well, thinking it was weird they never brought him back. So to finally bring him back decades later was so weird, but it got me excited to see the later films and get up to speed on them. But yeah, I would, to do it proper justice, I'd love to go back and watch the maybe from Ghost Protocol onwards, because they're a very different tone. That's when Christopher McQuarrie, his writing partner and director, enters the picture. Um, and I mean, 2015 was such a massive year for films. I mean,
It was. I was just about to say that. Like, fucking...
um,
That was
it's hard
crazy,
to,
man.
yeah, like Rogue Nation, which ordinarily would be one of the biggest ones, and it was a hit that year. But yeah, you had Jurassic World and Mad Max Fury Road and Star Wars The Force Awakens. It was just huge. Like, has there been a bigger year since? I'm not sure there has.
No, and I think the last time that there was anything that big was probably 2005.
Yeah.
Oh, you seriously can't combine these. You've got to install them all one at a time. You're trying to piss me off. So was there one between Rogue Nation and Dead Reckoning?
I'm pretty sure there was.
I can't remember what it was called though.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, or there might not have been, because he does like to space them out. It's one of the keys that's lasted as long as it has. He doesn't get greedy.
Yeah, some of them are like 5 years apart. Like fucking
Yeah.
hell. Like
Yeah, he's done well to because I think there's 8 of them, isn't there? There's 1, 2, 3. Ghost Protocol's the 4th.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Ghost
Rogue
Protocol. Yeah.
Nation is 5. Yeah, there has to be one in there somewhere. Is it Deadfall or something?
Oh, Fallout. That was
Fallout,
the
yeah.
that was the Henry Cavill one, I think.
Yeah, so
that's the one I'm
6.
thinking of. Yeah.
And Final Reckoning parts 1 and 2.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning
Yeah.
and Final Reckoning.
Yeah, so we're up to 8. Yeah, they're all present and accounted for now.
Yeah, there was 8. Because I thought there was 9. But yeah, there's been a fair few of these things.
Yeah, there's persistent rumors that a 9th one is coming, but I don't think it is. I think the 8th one is the last one.
I was gonna say, like, I know Tom Cruise is very active for his age, but fuck, man, he's looking a bit secondhand these days. Like, the guy's in his 60s, for fuck's sake. Like,
Cruise.
like, I love Ethan Hunt as much as the next guy, but we might have to let this one go.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, it's like Jim Carrey, like, who's officially retired now, right? And he's like, oh yeah, but I'll leave the door open for another Mask movie. I'm like, I would have loved to have seen this maybe in the early 2000s. You missed your window, Ted. The time to have done this has been and gone, man. Just enjoy your retirement. Who cares?
Yeah. And I still think he wants to do another Top Gun. Although even that they and this sort of like we talked about earlier, there's a sort of tentative plans for Days of Thunder, but then I really think these guys like Bruckheimer and that, you know, as fun as it is to bring some things back, some things are probably better left in the past.
And Days of Thunder is one of them.
Yeah, if it's in the past, it should stay in the past. And Days of Thunder is one of them.
Like, I mean, what more do you want me to say? Like, if you go through Cruise's catalog, right, about all the shit that he's done, what makes you pull up and go, Days of Thunder, that's our guy, that's the one. We need to do another one of these. Like, what makes you do that? Like,
Yeah,
nah,
well, I think
man.
there's going to be issues. Yeah, well, because like we just said, like, because it's nowhere near as beloved as Top Gun was.
Honestly,
with-
honestly, it's an easier sell for a Les Grossman spin-off 20 years
Yeah.
after the fact than it is to do a Days of Thunder sequel. That's why I
Yeah.
can't understand the fucking sense behind that.
Yeah. Him and Nicole Kidman are no longer together. Although I guess if the price is right, she'd probably come back. Robert Duvall has passed away, so
I always love that Kevin Smith quip when he was talking about Batman Forever. You know, it's fucking amazing how many ex-Mrs. Tom Cruise end up in Batman movies. You know, because you've got Chase and you've got Rachel when Katie Holmes
Yeah.
played her.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how many ex-wives of Tom Cruise end up being Batman's love interests. Yeah, I mean, if it happens a third time, there's definitely something going on at Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's something that's sort of been kind of forgotten. Yeah, Katie Holmes was in
Batman Begins.
Yeah, and they recast her with
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I will say, while talking about James Van Der Beek, I fucking love him in that beat in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back with Jason Biggs. I mean, you'll be doubling me, obviously. I play Blunt Man, aka Silent Bill Bob, right? And Biggs is just this fucking idiot, and Van Der Beek is like constantly straightening him out all the time.
Yeah.
And you'll be
Gus-
doubling him, who's playing Chronic, aka Ray J. Fuck Biggs. Did you even read the script?
And Gus Van Sant's just sitting there counting the money.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Ben, I'm busy. Yeah, so like he can't even be fuck saying action.
Yeah. I
So
love it.
action, Gus, or what? Christ's sake, Ben, I'm busy. I fucking love that so much. Yeah, fuck, Biggs. Did you even read the script? There's a script for this.
Welcome.
Alright, surely this guy has got some upgrades for us. It's been a fucking minute.
What are you selling?
Yeah, whether or not we can afford them. No, I want to buy the extra large Itachi case, because
Is that
it's...
all? Is that
I'm
all?
running out of fucking room
Thank
for a
you.
lot of this shit. Purple gem. No, we'll hang on to that. The gold bangle can go. Illuminato's pendant, which is the second one we've pawned off.
What are you buying?
No,
What are you
buy
buying? Is that
extra
all?
large.
Thank
Yeah, I need that extra large. You know, I think that was Christian Bale's... No, that was George Clooney, I think, when he was wearing the bat suit. He wanted the cod piece to be extra large to accommodate him above Val Kilmer. These Batman actors need to get a fucking grip. That's all I can say.
It's shit posting before shit posting existed.
It was. If the internet was around, that's the sort of shit that would be on like Christian Bale's feed. Okay, so we got
He
a
wanted he wanted the dimensions of the suit the same, except make the cod piece larger.
was it George Clooney? No, was it Christian Bale that said that? Who said that? It was one of those two dickheads
Yeah.
that said
Can't
that.
remember. Yeah, I do remember the story, yeah.
Yeah, but that, you know it's shit posting when they say it has to be the exact dimensions, except for, and then they do that. Okay, you're just taking the piss now, aren't you? Like, you fucking... Oh my god. The TMP.
Is that all, stranger?
Well, if we max out the... Actually, I've been pretty impressed with this thing tonight.
Not enough cash.
Yeah, we can't upload.
What are you
Oh, wait a minute. What about the rifle, the semi-auto? Can we splash something? Yeah, upgrade its reload speed. It's... You're dragging ass out there, Billy Bob, and it's fucking up my universe. Did you check out fucking Varsity Blues?
I did, yeah. I watched it last Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Dust said that on his stream about this bloke talking about how he wasn't really the biggest Vanderbeek fan and all of that, and then he was just like, go and watch Varsity Blues and thank me later. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll watch it too. And that was a line that stuck out to me that I just couldn't stop laughing at. It's fucking up my universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bud Kilmer.
Yeah, Bud Kilmer.
So what'd you think?
Well, like anything that's that old, some parts have aged well, some parts haven't. But it's one I remember watching. I did not see it at the movies, but I watched it quite a bit on home video back in the day, Varsity Blues. So yeah, I thought, yeah, just a real sort of sad shame that James Van Der Beek and Paul Walker have passed away. And although I know Ali Larter is in something recent, I forget what the film or show is. She's another one you don't really hear much from anymore.
Well, she kind of went into TV after that. She was Claire Redfield in some of the Resident Evil films.
Yeah.
But she really sort of struck it a lot bigger in Heroes.
Yeah,
'cause she was
she was
in that
in,
for a bit. Like, she went into more television after this. Like, she didn't really stick with movies.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it was all right movie. I wouldn't call it a stone cold classic, but yeah, just a really good coming of age. Sort of it's one of those things, and you probably sort of put it in the same, not on the same level as like a Rocky, but it belongs in the same sort of universe. It's not really about football. Like Rocky, as much as it's about boxing, it's not really about boxing. And it's um, yeah, like it's not about um, Mox is just sort of using it as a means to an end. Um, so yeah, I liked that. I thought it was like it's really realistic what happened to Lance, who had that knee injury. As a guy who sort of has sort of seen a bit of a glimpse into these sort of football academies, it's very common. Like you meet a lot of guys that like are barely out of their teens. These footballers that have had shoulders and knee reconstructions.
We talked about
Um,
it on our Point Break uh, discussion as well. Like, fucking,
yeah,
you get these players that do their knee once and then that's it. Fucking, they're never the same player again.
yeah, because yeah, I mean, some players do get back to the highest level, but yeah, a lot of them don't, and a lot of them like it just shatters their confidence as well.
I remember you told me Justin Hodges was one that managed to swing it his way.
Yeah, he um tore his ACL in the first game of the 2003 State of Origin series. And yeah, he was out for a long time, but the yeah, he was able to have it repaired, and yeah, he went back to he ended up playing State of Origin again and representing Australia, and because yeah, the and I forget his name, but he was the doctor for the Sydney Roosters, and it's a good thing to brag about. He said every knee he repaired, the knee was strong and solid and held up, and it was never injured again. Matty John said it once, like you can get your car serviced, but you don't know how good of a service they've done until you take it for a spin. You're sort of trusting that they know what they're doing, but these guys who go in to have their knees repaired and they do the exact same injury in their comeback game or their warm up, because you can have a dodgy repair job sort of done. I mean, that's what happened to, not that it was dodgy, but that's what happened to Ben Eichen.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, he did one knee, had the surgery done on it, was in
Yeah,
recovery, getting back into training, and then he fucking did the other one.
yeah,
So both of his ended up having the same problem, and then after that, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it. He just announced his retirement as soon as the other knee went. There was just no point.
yeah. He came back and played briefly, yeah, but then decided to pull the pin. He said he couldn't even move sideways; they were that bad. So, and
Yeah,
you
so
can't play footy
he did
that
one
bad.
knee, had surgery on it, and then when he was finally getting back into training, he did the fucking opposite knee.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, he ended up throwing both of his out.
Yeah, Darren Lockyer did his in 2007. But it's a weird kind of thing, because he reckons his didn't hurt. I remember that game. It was against the North Queensland Cowboys, and he sort of slipped over. And he said because it didn't hurt, he didn't think he was that hurt. But I guess he had a shower and was out later that night, and I think his partner at the time's friend was a nurse. And so they called her and she said, "Is it just sort of kind of hanging there?" And he goes, "Yeah." And yeah, you've torn your anterior cruciate ligament. Um, so you're out for a year and a half. Um, so yeah, it's shocking when it happens. I
Yeah,
hate seeing it.
I love the surgeon in Varsity Blues when he says that. Like, any chance for this season, minimum year and a half, if ever,
Yeah,
is the reality of that. Like, it's easily 12 months.
yeah,
Like entry level as far as recovery goes. Like, you're not even adding in your training time after that.
yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
recovery
that's it.
from the surgery.
Yeah, well, Billy Walters did his late last year. Yeah, it's a minimum 12 months. It's very rare, highly unlikely that footballers make a comeback before then. Yeah, I've never sort of seen it, but yeah, you're normally looking at a year to a year and a half to sort of rehab it and let it heal and to get back to full fitness.
Leave him. He'll only slow us down.
Yeah, Jordan Cahill as well. He he was a very young player. He had some shocking knee injuries as well, although he sort of put together one or two good years. But yeah, I found that whole sort of plot line with Lance like very realistic, and um, yeah, what happened to him, and it was good to see him come back as the coach at the end after they'd kicked Kilmer out, and to help his team win.
Yeah, I actually really like that, and the winning player that they use is the one that
Yes,
Kilmer fucking tore strips off Mox for using at practice, and but
yes,
that's the play that they use that made them win at the end of it. Like, yeah, I always love that. So in a roundabout way, they were all proven right that it was the right move to make, and he's not even there
yeah.
to see it.
Yeah, and I love that Lance suggested it. It was Mox's idea, but Lance knew it was the right one. Like Mox came up with the play. Um, but and then Lance, no, we'll use the Oopadoop or whatever it's called.
I find like what's crazy is before the final play, when you've got Lance calling the game right, and you've got Billy Bob on one side and you got Moxon on the other, and to think that those three have passed away, um, it's fucking crazy. Because that's something that gets lost in the shuffle is that Ron Lester passed away as well. So when you
Yeah,
see the three core players for the Coyotes, like I know Tweeter's in there as well, but when you see those three together in that shot before the final play, and then you think to yourself, yeah, those three are now no longer with us. Fucking hell, man, it's just crazy to think about.
yeah. But yeah, not a bad film. Um, it was a kind of a crowded market. Like there were a lot of films aimed at
I think shit like
teens.
Remember the Titans was around at the time as well, and
Yeah, the replacements. But yeah, there was like a lot of films geared towards teenagers at the time. Um, and maybe it still is, but I sort of don't notice it anymore, having aged out of that a long time ago. But yeah, I just remember the Scream movies, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and American Pie, and yeah, Varsity Blues, and um, all those sort of Freddie Prinze Jr. and
shoes
movies.
all that.
Follow me.
Yeah, yeah, that was around that era as well. Yeah.
Yeah, boys
Um,
and girls.
yeah, just cringe now that you look back at it, but
Well, yeah,
they
they
were
are like
they were so popular. They were huge back in the day. Yeah.
because that's the thing that sort of does my head in about American Pie. Like, I don't really go in for your raunchy sex comedies. Um, but when that film came out, that pretty much every comedy had to be a fucking sex comedy after that, right?
Yeah.
Like everything was, like because
Yeah.
shit like Tomcats came out and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
think Tomcats is better than
I
than
yeah, there's
American Pie.
that is a much better movie than American Pie.
Yeah, like
Um,
Tomcats, I reckon, as far as raunchy sex comedies go, that's the only one that belongs in the vault for me.
yeah,
Tomcats.
the running gag that has taken all his shit.
I always
Just
love
see you
that.
fellas.
I
Have a
always
safe
love that.
drive.
I love that bit when the fucking enforcers are there. Oh yeah, did you get that spare key for us? Oh yeah, here, man. So they don't even fucking need him at the house to go in there. Yeah, well, you ran out of shit for us to take. And I love how it just gets less and less. But
Yeah.
it's such an awesome fucking movie. Tomcats.
Tomcats.
Yeah, he's got a very sweet side. Sweet. The guy screws women while they're bathing.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, he's really sweet. Jerry O'Connell is just such a fucking funny man. Alright, this isn't going how I figured. Alright, now I think it's time to use this. Yep, that did the trick. Might bust out the TMP. Yep. Now, we'll... Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this on Ashley because she needs to start getting some health upgrades because she's... I don't like it when they fucking corner her and she hasn't had an upgrade in a while. There we go. That's how you do it. Always save your flashbangs for when the parasites come out because it's an instant kill every single time when you land it on them. Yeah, yeah, you guys are gonna... Oh, fuck, wait a minute, there's another wave. This is like one of those video games. You just survive the first wave. Whoa, shit. What the fuck, man? You're at full health. Fucking hell. Do you remember that bit in Tomcats when he's on the beach and they're knocking off Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna pay me so bad. Yeah, I don't ever want to get married. I don't. I do. And you get that flash forward.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave Ashley behind this time. Let me fight these guys for real. I can move around a bit more. She's... Yeah, you're fucking up my universe. Alright, now, I'm gonna let these guys come at me. Yeah, get a bit of that in ya. Now, that's not gonna be enough to wrap this up, so... Incendiary grenades suck, by the way. Okay, I'm playing fast and loose here at the moment. But... Alright, give me the shotty. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, but we got 3 more of these fucks coming up, and I don't really want to use the flashbangs until we take those guys out. Alright, there we go. Did I already grab the Holy Grail? I must have. I do have a rocket launcher, but I don't want to use it. Oh, this is getting out of fucking control. You know, I might have to rewatch Tomcats because that's Gary Busey's kid, I think.
Yeah.
As Kyle and what, Shannon Elizabeth.
Yes. She was pretty big at the time off of American Pie.
Yeah, Nadia. I need to reload. Like, fuck me, man. What does it take to stop one of these fucks? Alright, I'm killing these two with a flashbang as soon as I can get them together. Yeah, that's it. Follow me. And then I'll take the last one out. Did you know that Chris Owen, the fucking Shermanator, was one of the kids that shoves the nozzle up Steve Dodd's ass in Black Sheep?
Yeah, he's on the Ute. They're spoofing Deliverance, aren't they?
Oh, I think so. I haven't seen it in a while.
You can hear the banjos playing in the background.
Was that another one of those Hills Have Eyes hick movies, was it?
Not straight up horror, more suspense thriller. But there's there's a very intense, horrifying scene where so the gist of the story is these four um, business guys who live in the city go out to do some rafting out in the woods, and yeah, they meet some unfriendly sort of locals who aren't really impressed with the city boys, and yeah, it just becomes a kind of a bit of a suspense sort of thriller. But one of the men is raped by these two sort of locals they encounter in the woods, and yeah, it just becomes a sort of fight race to get to safety and survival. Not straight up gore and horror the way The Hills Have Eyes is, but it's more just yeah, it's a really disturbing film. John Voight, Burt Reynolds,
Of course.
um, and yeah, I forget who the other two. It's oh, I, I can imagine him in my mind. It's Dick Jones in RoboCop, but I forget Ronnie Cox. Yeah, he's one of them, but I forget who the fourth guy was. But yeah, sort of really intense, unsettling sort of movie, and yeah, Burt Reynolds is really magnetic in it. Um, yeah, just a really sort of solid looking dude back in those days. Deliverance.
He's been getting around a bit tonight, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, it's probably more in the spirit of that film Southern Comfort.
Yeah, okay.
Um, just these sort of guys who are a bit out of their depth, don't really in a place that doesn't sort of really want them. And yeah, bad things happen.
Which
I've
is
always
almost
meant to.
pretty much every horror movie around that point was doing something like that. Like you had like oh, what is it? That House of a Thousand Corpses was one of those movies as well.
Yeah, that's Rob Zombie's um film.
Yeah,
I think
that's
he
right.
did
Yeah.
three of them. Is there three? There's
What Devil's Rejects?
and Three from Hell, I think
Uh,
is the third one.
yeah, I never saw that one, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, Captain Spaulding's not really in it for very long." Well, Sid Haig was fucking dying. Um, spoiler
But
alert.
that is they are brutal, brutal films. um,
Yeah, I don't really go in for that stuff, man. Like, I mean, I've seen the first two.
yeah,
I never saw the third one. Yeah, like, they're not really my cup of tea. Those ones, like the real fucking torture porn shit. Like, yeah, it's not really for me. Did you ever see
yeah.
that Three from Hell?
I think once. Um, yeah, I think I have. But I could be getting it confused with the Devil's Rejects. They kind of blur into one for me. I think I did check it out back in the day, yeah, because I think it's I don't mind these two Halloween ones, but they are almost universally reviled now. But again, they are brutal movies. They're very difficult to
Fuck
sort of watch
off!
and sit through.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it proved
everyone was fucking eating that up when they came out
yes,
back in the day. Like, I remember the '07 one, because I was in high school when the '07 one came out, and
yeah, right.
everyone was like, oh yeah, man, return to form, and all
Yeah,
this shit, and now they fucking hate them. Like,
yeah, it proved to me beyond any doubt that fans have no idea what they want. Fans ask questions to things they don't really want the answers to. They fans begged and pleaded for decades to get some insight and info into Michael Myers and why he was the way he was. So they get this fully rendered origin story, and they liked it at the time, but once the novelty wore off and they ruined the character, because once you explain everything about him, he's not scary anymore. Now they're consistently ranked sort of, dead last in the pantheon, but I don't mind them. I think they're sort of well made, and I think this, and it's another one as well that the first one is all right, but I think the second one is much, much better. But because people turned out for the first one and found it a bit underwhelming, they never showed up
And what
for the second one.
Malcolm McDowell was the new Loomis, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm remembering
As
that right.
the Yeah, he's sort of the grifter charlatan. Yeah, it's a very different take on the Donald Pleasance one. But yeah, I don't mind those two movies for what they are, and if we're going to commit wholeheartedly to explaining his backstory, they did that, and he's no longer the boogeyman. Then, but yeah, it's funny because yeah, the novelty wore off. Fans were thrilled at the time,
It
but
happens. It happens so much in fucking fandoms, doesn't it? Like for me, like yours was when they gave the origin to Michael Myers, and then now no one fucking likes it. For me, the telltale sign when I realized that fans don't know what the fuck they want was when they canonized the timeline for The Legend of Zelda.
another bad mistake.
That's the one that did me in. Like, why do that? Because now, like, all it can do is disappoint people. Like, it was a lot more interesting when people had their own ideas on how the timeline worked. Oh, but we got an official one now. Who the fuck was it? Like, fans were screaming for ages for an official one, and now they've got an official one, and now the timeline's just shit. Like, like, I mean, Skyward Sword was a hard reboot
Yeah.
in every sense of the word. Like, well, it's fucked everything now, hasn't it? Like,
Yeah, it's my philosophy is it's the rescue bot's big feet philosophy, I like to call it.
you're
Um,
gonna have to explain that, man. What the fuck does that mean?
so Aaron Archer, when he worked for Hasbro, and they do market research and they work with children and find out how they play and what makes things fun for them and so on and so on. And Aaron Archer said a comment once, what children like to do is line things up nice and neat. Um, so the rescue bots, if you remember, that was sort of geared primarily to sort of toddlers, Transformers rescue bots. And if you look on their toys, they had big feet. Um, so they're easy to line up and you don't have to sort of muck around and get their joints so they fucking stand upright. They're designed to stand upright because kids like lining them up side by side. Um, so applying that to fandom, it gets to a point where your sort of pleasant weekend pastime becomes an obsession, and we desperately want to line things up nice and neat and make them fit. Um, it's a when you feel the urge to do that to anything that you're a fan of, it's time to have a break. And you just get that impression it was with Zelda fans. They desperately want it to all line up and fit and make sense. And like I don't want that. Like I like, I can look on my bookshelf and like I don't need things to be nice and even and uniform. I like the fact that I can have 3 or 4 books in the same series, and one of them's like twice as fucking big as the other one, and they don't look right. I like that because that's what life is.
Yeah,
It's
well,
shit doesn't look right.
but this is the thing that I've always loved the most. Like, I'll never forget when Axel the Beast was doing the Zelda Dungeon mailbag at zeldadungeon.net, and I cracked up laughing um because like he was adamant in the belief that the Ocarina of Time split timeline. Nintendo never fucking intended that for Zelda to have 2 timelines. Fans just came up with it and they thought, fuck it, we'll just roll with it.
Yeah.
But this is what I love the most about people like these fucking weirdo fans that want a Legend of Zelda timeline to make sense. Like, Twilight Princess is set 100 years after Ocarina of Time for a reason, and that is they don't give a fuck about the timeline. Um, there's like that's the only reason you would set it that far ahead, right? Because the timeline does not matter at all, but fans want it to mean something. Like, all right then, which I want to say, I find this interesting when they pushed and pushed and pushed for an official timeline, and they got one, But I find it so funny. They got one in a fucking tell-all book. They've never had an official timeline out and out confirmed in an actual video game. So, which makes you wonder, like, did Nintendo put it in a book that really doesn't fucking matter just for the sake of shutting people up about it? Because
Yeah, just to sort of.
they didn't commit to it in a game, and that's where it really counts. Like, so everyone going, yeah, we got an official timeline. Did you, though? Like, they've put it in a book that they really couldn't give a fuck about. Like, no video game references it, and no video game ever will. So, how much of a win was it? Like, I can't help but think they answered it with zero commitments to it.
Yeah, there could be some truth in that as well. You just sort of throw the hardcore fans who won't shut up a bone just to appease them, and everyone else just gets on with their day.
It was crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. But that was the one that did it for me, and I know Star Wars has plenty of good examples about this shit, like, you know, people asking for answers to shit that deep down they don't really want to know, like whatever happened to Luke, Han, and Leia. It's always fun to talk about, but we don't really want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to speculate, but I think deep down we don't really want to know.
Like, I don't think I've ever cared that much about something to really want to know the ins and outs of it like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think, when is something that I've been so fucking hung up about that I needed to know the ins and outs of how everything worked about it? I don't think I've been that way since I was like 13. Like, I can't think of a time in my entire adult life where I felt that way about, like, I was a fan of something and I just needed to fucking know everything about it. Like, nah, not really. It's like the Jurassic Park fans that I come across that want to know the ins and outs of the timeline and how InGen's history works and how all the movies interconnect. The movies have got literally no connective tissue with each other. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, and, interestingly enough, it seems to be the series that's in the healthiest shape. So maybe they should just stick to what they're doing rather than sort of try to make it all uniform.
you know,
Um,
it makes me sit back and think about that, and now you want to fix it.
yeah, you've got the number one show on telly. Now you want to
Fuck!
fix it.
God, I miss that. Yeah, and now you want to fix it. Like, cause like what? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. It's like what you were saying before. When it starts bordering on obsession, it's time to change the channel. But a lot of people don't, and I wonder what that is. Is it because people just don't have enough shit occupying their real life? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't have all that many responsibilities in life, but I can still find time to change the channel. Like, I mean, like, I think if
Well, I
I
think
can
it
do it, I think anyone can do it.
yeah, well I encountered it a lot over the years. And this sort of stems from when I was a more avid comic book reader, um, where there was just this relentless need to, canonize everything and organize stories and make them fit, and it's never gonna fit together because human beings work on these things, and human beings will make mistakes and errors will creep in, and uh, yeah, you can try and fight it for 50 years and lose, or you can just accept it. But
Yeah,
also, I think it as well stems from a place where, like, life's chaotic. We never know what's around the corner. So when we sit down for stories, we want to sort of put them in boxes where we can organize them and they make sense. And when we sit down to the things we love and and they don't make sense, or there's like errors or omissions, fans can get pissed off with it. I think that is sort of what drives this sort of behavior as well.
yeah, it's all got to line up. It's like people arguing about the canonicity of Power Rangers. Like, it's ridiculously fucking inconsistent over the course of an episode, let alone
Yeah,
33 years. Like, what the fuck you
yeah,
trying to figure out?
yeah,
Like, that's why I laughed when this masterpiece line for Transformers rolled around, and it was oh, but they're 1-to-1 screen accurate to G1, based on fucking what? Like, the G1 designs changed drastically, radically, all the fucking time over the course of an episode.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, like, characters have color palettes just completely get rearranged over the course of an episode. Like, how can you be screen accurate to something that fluctuates like that? And I don't know what it is, man, but it's just crazy to me that it all needs to line up nice and perfectly. But does it though? It reminds me of what Richard Jackson said about Danny Boyle when Danny Boyle gets all worked up over the 28 franchise. It's not a zombie franchise, and then you can't help but shake the feeling that Alex Garland turns to him and whispers in his ear, "Yeah, but it fucking is though, isn't it?" Like, you know, like I get what you're trying to say. It's not a zombie film, but it is though, isn't it?
Yeah, I am so looking forward to the Bone Temple. I will be
Why?
bitterly disappointed.
What's going on? Like, why are you all fucking up on it now? Like, is it the reviews? Like, what's going on? Like,
Oh, well, that's partly it. The reviews have been stellar, but also I just genuinely and unironically enjoyed the first one. I know it's not perfect, and I think it didn't live up to the hype of the trailers, but I appreciated it just took some turns I wasn't expecting. So yeah, it's just it's coming from a good place, a good heart. Um, I just genuinely enjoyed the first one. And I didn't love it. It wasn't life changing. I'm not going to rush out and buy 20 Blu-rays of it, but I think it earned. Yeah, I'm going to give it part two as well. But if I find it underwhelming, then I will bail on the third chapter. But yeah, I'm just intrigued. Um, I'm intrigued it's called the Bone Temple, for one thing. When
it
it
has the
seems
subtitle, yeah.
yeah, but it also seems like we sort of wrapped that plot up in the first film. So I'm intrigued to see that they're circling back around to it. Unless Ray Fiennes really is nuts and it's all just a big heel turn. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am spoiler free. I'm gonna dive in and I really hope it's a good watch. But yeah, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
The
Um,
the Bone Temple. You know what I reckon? I reckon it's going to be a background prop. And that's it.
yeah, but I also want to know more about the community. Like, why do they wear those fucked up masks? Like, what's up with that? They're supposed to be the good guys, right?
I love
Um,
how the most interesting shit, like, see, but this is, I think the ultimate curse that 28 years later had was that this is what happens when a trailer's too good for its own good. Because that trailer sparked so much intrigue
yeah.
and all that kind of jazz, and just none of that, like, the movie was not about any of that shit.
Well, it's funny because it did its job. A trailer should get you excited to watch a film. And from that perspective, it was successful. And it did it by doing nothing. It literally gave away nothing, that trailer. And so people were hyped, right? Like they didn't do a Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. They just played some really weird, fucked up song over random shots. And it
Which were all
explained nothing.
totally out of context, yeah.
Yeah. Um, all they had to do to get people hyped was do nothing.
Like, literally do nothing.
So yeah, maybe there's a lesson to be learned there.
Yeah, I'm yeah, like, look, man, I don't know what it was I was expecting out of that first one, but I know I didn't get it. I at least know that, so I might sit on Bone Temple until you've seen it. And if you give it the go-ahead, I might commit to checking it out, but after that first one, man, like, I mean, like, I was lukewarm on it from the fucking get-go. The problem that I have with 28 years later, that first one, is that basically, why is it even a 28 whatever movie? You know, like if we're going to talk about cultism and all this kind of shit, like why make it an infected movie at all?
Yeah,
Like, do
I mean,
you
like I
even
said, it
need that?
wasn't
Like it.
perfect, but and there's some issues with that first one, and the most concerning one, which is causing me a little bit of trepidation, is this is a trilogy, but I got the impression several times in the first film that they're running out of story already, and it was sort of padding and spinning their wheels. Um, so yeah, that did not bode well for the next two. But having said that, they knew they had a guaranteed trilogy. So maybe they felt, comfortable spacing the story out a bit more leisurely than they otherwise would have. When you know you've got, 7 to 9 hours to tell a story as opposed to one or two, it does affect sort of the pacing and that. But it seemed like they were sort of running out of steam
Yeah, because
already.
Jimmy
And they're
rocking up in the final shot of the movie, that should have been the halfway fucking point of the film. Like, there's no reason for that to have taken as long as it did to happen. Like,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to his character in
like,
particular.
yeah, I mean, this goes without saying, but when all is said and done, the number one criticism that it's going to have is going to be this could have been one movie. Like,
Yeah, I'm sort of coming around to that as well. If they don't stick the landing with the second one, but yeah, I suspect it'll be okay.
what was okay? What was one moment from that first one where you was just like, yeah, all right, we're running out of steam already? Like, what was a moment like?
Um, well, interestingly enough, when they arrived at the Bone Temple, because the trailers created the impression of this sort of sinister, foreboding place, and um, and it really wasn't that, which is we seemingly have that whole context. It's got to be a bait and switch. Nothing else makes sense. It just seemed to be um, like we sort of have that context with the Ray Fiennes' character. Um, so yeah, unless it's this massive bait and switch and it's this psycho cannibal or something.
Which I
Um,
think I wouldn't rule that out just
yeah,
yet.
you really can't, because Ray Fiennes being Ray Fiennes, you can't. But then, it's clear from sort of what I've seen, they're clearly setting up that boy Jimmy as the villain. So yeah, I'm really intrigued where they're going with this. Unless it's a massive bait and switch and he's the hero and Ray Fiennes is the bad guy. Um, yeah, I'm honestly I'm really intrigued where they're taking it. Um, and yeah, I also want to know. I suspect that community is not as innocent as it looks. I think they do have a bit of blood on their hands, and it's hard to blame them because they have to survive. They've been abandoned by the world. Like, those like that sort of. It wasn't like a party. It was more like a ritual with those masks and the dancing, and it's meant to be this very happy scene, like the boy celebrating his rite of passage, venturing out and returning. But like that had the makings of a cult. The way they were sort of carrying on, and so yeah, I just cannot wait to sink my teeth into it. I was so stoked to see it had been released because I missed it over the.
You know, I mean, I still crack up at the Valverde Broadcasting take on that trailer. Like, could you imagine if you're Killian Murphy reading these fucking comments about that corpse coming out of the meadow? Like, that's not a zombie, that's a corpse. Is what because I've got, high cheekbones and sunken eyes, I look like a fucking corpse. Like, could you imagine being Killian Murphy and reading these fucking dickhead theories about
Yeah,
that thing rising up out of the flowers.
yeah, yeah, I love those dudes. I hopefully what they thought of it as well.
I don't know if they ever got around to posting their review of it.
I think they may have. It's yeah, I'm not too sure. Um they hardly seem to sort of release anything, but I guess they're just sort of busy with life like all of us. But yeah, I found that very funny, and the producer pretty much poured cold water on it straight away, and they handled that pretty smartly, I thought. The one of the producers was asked point blank, "Is that Killian Murphy?" He said, "Don't be stupid," um, and then went on to say that Jim wouldn't appear in the first film. So I thought that was handled pretty smart. Just get expectations out of the way. Whereas if they had to let it simmer for another month or two, um, they probably the film wouldn't have done as well. But yeah, I just love that producer's response. Don't be stupid. And all this, and the internet was running like wildfire, thinking that it had to be him because of the cheekbones.
Yeah. You know, because I remember, like, and the funniest thing about it was, I don't know where the rumor started that Jim from Days was going to be appearing in this fucking thing, right? His name is not attached to it in any sense of the word, and then you hear people talk about, oh, well, maybe they're keeping it under wraps. Like, he is a fucking much sought after actor. Why the fuck would they keep that a secret?
Yeah, 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 and it took you to point that out because he's not on any of the branding. There were some set pics with him, but I think he was just there in a producing capacity,
He
not
definitely
as an
has.
actor.
He definitely has a producing credit on the Bone Temple. I'd have to double check if he had one on Years.
Yeah. Well, they were filmed sort of
I'd imagine
closely
that.
together.
I imagine
So
that. I'd imagine that he would. But like,
mm,
because I remember like the thing with the long hair, which did turn out to be the Alpha Zombie. Um,
yeah,
but I remember thinking that that's probably Jim there, and then everyone predicting, nah, that guy on the mountain, the silhouette figure praying and dancing on the mountain is Jim. Like these theories, I mean, he's not even in the like. This is fucking your Snoke theory. Your Jim theory sucks.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
is
Jim.
is what it is. Like he's not in the
Yeah,
fucking movie, man. Like full stop.
yeah. Because
Um,
it's and I don't think he is for the simple reason I just don't think they'd ever have two major characters with the same name. If he is in it, you got Jim and then you have Jimmy. Like I can't imagine them doing that. I don't know. That just doesn't seem realistic to me.
But the other thing
But we'll see.
that I love the most though about it is everyone talking, yep, nah, Jim's gonna return. But I think it's more because Jim isn't really a big player in this universe. He's a fucking courier boy
Yeah.
who woke up in a fucking coma, right, when this whole thing happened. It's not like he's like a military virologist like fucking Robert Neville was when Will Smith played him or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the hype around the character stems from the fact he's played by an awesome actor.
Yeah,
It's not so much the character himself. People just want to see Cillian Murphy back in one of these movies.
yeah, and also he played a pretty good role, so and it's such a and in his own words, it sort of opened a lot of doors for him. So yeah, to see him back in even in a glorified cameo would be sort of something. But
Do you know if he's in this
this
Bone Temple or not?
I'm spoiler. I could not tell you. I'm spoiler free. I have not gone near any thread or discussion. I read one or two reviews um, from one or two people I respect, whose opinion I respect, and they thought it was terrific. Um, so yeah, we'll go from there, I suppose. But I do want to watch the first one first. I think watching them back to back will be sort of better, I think. And I don't mind doing that because the first one didn't go for that long, so it's not a fucking 3 hour monstrosity I have to sort of sit through.
Yeah, the fucking
Because I
lobstrosity. Yeah.
because yeah, like that body they encountered hung up side down. like that end scene puts it into context. That's a victim of Jimmy's crew, and it's weird they just left him there. So little things like that I need to have fresh in my mind before watching the new one.
Yeah, I think you're right because and the fact that Jimmy is only at the start of it with the Teletubbies thing, and then appears right at the fucking
Yeah.
end, like that really pissed me off. Like like about that fucking movie. Like it had literally one job, was
Yeah,
to
well,
explain
that's
what the
another
hell that
thing.
was, and it just never did it for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
that's a mark in the cross column. The film really struggled to capture that momentum and energy from that opening prologue. They briefly regained it with the Alpha chase across the channel, but yeah, it was a bit.
That old
And when that smart-ass soldier showed up, they tried to sort of get that momentum back, but it really struggled after such a stellar prologue. And that, I think it was his father, the priest, who was just off his head, just that manic, crazy. He's lost his mind. Because you're thinking, holy fuck, this has got to be the best thing I've ever seen, and it sort of runs out of steam the very next chapter.
Yeah, it takes a fucking while.
Yeah.
It's like watching a friend of yours play Elden Ring and they've never held a controller before in their life. When they go off hunting, and like I remember everyone talking about fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson being in the movie. He's in like 2 scenes and he's a wanker.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
like his character.
like he's barely a character. Yeah, the whole ritual thing, everything you've just said there about going into what this community is like on the island, which is only an island when it's high tide, because there's a shoal bridge to the mainland when it's low tide. Um, everything you've just mentioned about it, I guarantee you there won't even be a single cut back to that island at all. We'll keep following Spike and what Dr. Kellison or whatever his fucking name is. Like, because this thing, because with Isla's death from the first 28 years later, right? That's basically all ties are cut from the island, right? Like Spike
Yeah.
fucking hated his old man. Spike pulled a gun on his old man. Like, and now she's dead. He's got no shit in business going back there ever again. So I honestly don't expect to see it again. And the whole mask thing, I'm willing to bet you any shit, like anything. I'll put $100 on it right now. When you watch Bone Temple, there won't even be a single character, not even a background extra wearing a mask.
Come on, there's a gorilla on the table.
Like, I mean, because this shit happens way too often, man. Like, we always, like, whenever we get jacked up about something, it's always, oh, well, we decided to go in a new direction, and it ends up becoming the most interesting things about said project are fucking what they could have done on a YouTube video.
Yeah,
I'm
there's people
tired.
getting
I am tired of getting excited for shit just for it to devolve into a fucking Skype session with some guy who worked on the movie. Oh, well, the original plan was. Like, I am over shit ending like that, and I think the Bone Temple is going to be exactly that.
yeah, there's people getting jacked in this movie, man.
Oh, I'm over that. Aren't you fed up with shit doing that? Because I can't be fucked
Yeah,
over any more times than that. Like, there'll be a fucking, like, a YouTube video going, oh, well, the original idea was, so the only reason people are going to remember this thing is because of what it almost did. Fuck out of here. Like,
yeah.
I hope it's good, man. I really hope you enjoy it. I hope it sticks the landing, but fuck. Coming off that first one, I learned my lesson with Strangers Chapter 1. Fuck out of here. Like, I'm not... I downloaded the second one of that, right? Didn't watch it, because I knew... I remember Richard Jackson said once, he went and saw Star Wars The Force Awakens, right? He went and saw it, and then he thought, yeah, it was all right. It is what it is. And then he went with it. Then he went again with a few other mates that hadn't seen it. He's like, yeah, I'll check it out with you again if you need someone to go with you. I sat down in the theater, and as soon as I saw the opening crawl, I thought to myself, fuck, now I've actually got to watch this. Like, I've actually got to watch this thing now. I think a similar
Yeah.
thing here, you know, like when I sat down to press play on The Strangers Chapter 2, I thought, then I've actually got to watch it. I didn't press play. I played through Grand Theft Auto 5 again instead.
Yeah, I didn't mind chapter two.
Oh, so you've seen it.
But yeah, yeah,
All right.
I didn't mind chapter one, but I thought the like it's tough, but I found the female lead just not that good. I thought her acting was quite bad in a lot of scenes, so it was really hard to get into the movie.
Yeah, okay.
But they did do what they promised. Rennie Harlan did say, you will find out the significance of the name Tamara. And I got that, and I thought it was satisfying. In the final scene of chapter two, um, the name Tamara is put into context and it's explained. And I was
Okay.
okay with it. I thought it was kind of nifty, um, the way they did that and tied it all together. Um, So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's hard to tell where they're going because you got to remember it sounds exhausting. There's a fucking another one coming out this year, and you think, Christ, that
This is I don't understand this, man. Like it's we're
and
gonna
it's
find
kind
out
of
we're gonna find out the origins of Tamara. You could probably answer that over a fucking text message. Do you need 3 movies to do it?
yeah. Well, I thought they kind of cheated by telling the story with flashbacks. So it flashes back. Minor spoiler, it flashes back to the childhood of one of the female strangers. I forget which one. And it's sort of there's a couple of random flashbacks that put things into context. Um, and yeah, the final flashback of the film is the Tamara one. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I didn't mind it. But on the whole, they're not good movies. um,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like, God, and I actually didn't mind Pray at Night. I thought Pray at Night was really cool. Um,
yeah,
but these things, man, like I'm over this being the thing because what's going to happen is when chapter 3 comes out, then it's all going to be about deep dive, what went wrong, and we're going to talk about all these fucking ideas that sound so much cooler than what we got.
yeah.
Like
I
I'm
think
just I'm so over that being the final word on every fucking thing that comes out. It's just so infuriating. I really hope 28 years doesn't fall into that, but man,
yeah.
I'm
Well, I
getting
think what
Stranger
hurts
chapter
these new
1.
films,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think what hurts these new Rennie Harlan films is not being filmed in America. I think they're filmed somewhere in Eastern Europe, and it sort of is a little bit jarring because the power and terror of The Strangers is it's sort of that Americana
Yeah.
suburban, even though it's set in a house in the woods and in a caravan park or a whatever that sort of was. It had that sort of suburban Americana feel, and these new films don't. And the terrain is different and the environment's different. That kind of makes it sort of hard to get into as well. It'd be like who wants to see a Wolf Creek film not filmed in Australia? Like it's like the outback is a part of it. It's so yeah, there's sort of that undercurrent for me that stops me from enjoying them 100% as well. They don't have that sort of suburban-y sort of feel to them that the original Two Strangers films had.
Yeah, and I think, I love saying this because it pisses a lot of people off, but I reckon as far as the 28 movies go, I reckon 28 Weeks is the best one they've brought out. And
Yeah,
that just
it's an
fucking
underrated
and
one.
and it pisses them off so much when I say that. Oh, but what about the original one? I don't give a fuck about the original one, man. Like I watch Days and I watch Weeks back to back. Weeks is a better movie. Fucking tough tits, deal with it. I mean, yeah, the first one's all right, but I prefer Weeks better. And I know that fucking Richard doesn't like Weeks or anything like that, but I think Weeks was good. I think all of these movies have been a step backwards since Weeks. Um,
Yeah, I felt that as well. I definitely think yeah, it's been a decline. I don't think Years was as good as Weeks. And it's sort of yeah, much like with Stranger Things, it's with each new one, it's sort of diminishing returns.
but it's
Um,
almost
yeah, there's
unrecognizable. Like when I watched 28 Years Later for the first time, it was fucking unrecognizable. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like, I mean, the intro. I mean, obviously the cold open with the young Jimmy was probably the best part about the entire movie.
Yeah, well, it really struggled to capture that intensity for the rest of the film.
Yeah, it did. Like, it played its best hand right out of the gate. Like, it brought its queen out way too fucking early. And it never addresses it again. Like, I know the grown-up Jimmy rocks up in the final shot of the entire film, but, like, that's literally the one thing this movie had to address. Now, granted, it's like what you said earlier. It's made with the fact that it knows it's getting 2 sequels.
Yeah.
Okay, but, you know, when you sit through 90 minutes to 2 hours of this shit, you kind of need something answered. And if Bone Temple is just a massive... I'm half tempted to watch it tonight, actually. Because, and if it is just a massive fuck around... again,
That'll give us stuff to talk about next week.
yeah, well, you know, now I kind of have to fucking watch it, because if you're gonna watch it this week, I'm gonna have to watch it this weekend as well.
You could be one of those YouTubers. I love the emergency podcast.
Like, yeah, we'll have to like break a glass and press a red button, because now I'm gonna have to watch it, because I've talked too much shit tonight to not watch it. So, because like what I'm expecting is this thing will introduce a whole new plethora of problems that it won't answer either, and it'll introduce a lot of dead ends. Like, crucial characters will just fucking die for no reason. And it'll introduce a head fucker at the end that won't get answered in the next one either. Because I've seen this formula happen a lot. Now, I believe Danny Boyle didn't direct this one.
No, that's right.
But he's doing the next one, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but Alex Garland wrote all 3 of them.
Yeah, or had a hand in them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alex
okay.
Garland.
So I'm expecting some fucking consistency, but not a lot. So like I'm thinking, or this is where it'll do a fucking heel turn and Jimmy's a hero or some shit. and we misunderstood. He hung a guy upside down and carved his name into his spine. What's to misinterpret? Oh yeah, but we don't have the context to it. He fucking, like, he's done more heinous things than the Infected. If they turn him into a sympathetic character, I'm turning that shit off.
Well, I guess time will tell.
Okay, right, man. I'll watch it this weekend. Because next time I'm coming around next week. No, I'm coming over tomorrow. No, I'm coming around there tonight. All right.
If you hang up, I'm coming over.
Like, because now I have to fucking, because I've been so worked up about it tonight now, and we were just having a chinwag about it. But now I'm too fired up. Now I'm gonna have to see it, because I need to see it for no other reason than to confirm if my suspicions are correct, which I'm fairly confident that they are. So, but you know what? I did say, and it's even on these streams, right? I did say Boyle and Garland have got some credit in the bank. I thought 28 years later was a bit shit, but they've got credit. They get one more go around, and even then, I'm sort of like, can I overrule that decision? Because I've seen
Of course
this.
you can.
Like, because I've seen this happen too many times with these planned trilogy. We got them all worked, and isn't it funny? When they spruik, they've got it all worked out. They've got a blueprint. Is usually when a lot of the mind-numbing, inconsistent, throw it out and start shooting on the day shit starts happening. Is usually when they say we got all 3 in the can. Is usually when all 3 of them have almost no cohesiveness at all. Like, it's just it's a thing that I've noticed. Like, look at the fucking Strangers. Like, we wrote all these things back to back. We're shooting them all back to back, and they're fucking using flashbacks. Like, it's a bit
of a cheat, isn't it?
Like, it's a bigger fucking mess. That, yeah, well, we have all 3 of them planned out. Is usually when the messes start happening. Funny enough, if they just shot it on the fly, it probably would have been good.
Yeah.
But I will check out Bone Temple now that that's what everything's on. I'm fully expecting fucking, yeah, it's gonna, the shit that, like, should I rewatch 28 Years before seeing it again? No. I mean, you can check out Years again and then go into it. I'm going to go into the Bone Temple just blind. Fucking, like, I remember bits and pieces about... I'm going into it with the only thing that's fresh in my mind is I remember not liking 28 Years Later. And I'm pretty sure this thing will reiterate either very quickly... It'll either confirm or deny if that's accurate or not very quickly, I think. Because something should happen relatively, like, in the intro, in the first 15 minutes. That'll confirm what I didn't like about the first one. But I think as far as the stream goes, before someone fucking drops something in the chat that just randomly happens to be passing through... we did pretty good on Resident Evil 4 tonight. I'm going to cap it there because we're at the tail end of the castle. I think we've only got Salazar's bodyguard to fight and then Salazar himself. We rescued Ashley and she got kidnapped again as what happens. So we met Ada as well, and we've got some good upgrades on the shoddy and all of that. So we're doing pretty good as far as that goes. Yep, so as far as movies go, though, we'll be checking out the Bone Temple. And we'll be seeing where that goes. But anyway, next stream, yeah, I'm looking to finish up Resident Evil 4. And I was tossing up doing Fall of Cybertron and then Resident Evil 5. But that's going to be like 5 over-the-shoulder shooters that I've done back-to-back. And I don't want them getting stale. I'm half tempted to drop a Zelda game in there, actually. Like Majora's Mask or something, and bang one of those out real quick, just to sort of detox over the shoulder shooters. But that's sort of an idea I've had at the moment. But we'll see how that goes. Because I just don't want to have the next 8 games all be over the shoulder shooters, like transforming robots or fucking killer parasitic zombies. I mean, all these games are playing the same. So maybe a good Zelda game to 100% in the interim might help me detox everything. But yeah, I mean, I've got some good viewing content coming up with the Bone Temple and Strangers Chapter 2. I mean, because like, what else is on my watch list to check out? But that's pretty much lining up to be the weekend. But what about you, mate? What do you got?
Yeah, I'll knock that over and yeah, probably just some more 24 and some Transformers Victory, I suppose. Yeah, it's still raining here, but I'll try and get some jobs done and whatnot. But yeah, I'll just just keep plugging away at 24, I suppose. So yeah, that's perfect for wet weather.
Yeah, mate, sounds good. It's going to be a rainy day inside. And with that, I'm just going to end this stream. Everyone stay out of trouble and don't do anything I would or would